These are 10 cases I won recently in Houston. It will give you an idea of how and why cases are dumped. Now, first is the shoplifting case. An older lady in her 60s who was facing up to 6 months in jail. I negotiated an anti-theft class in exchange for this dismissal. The next was the DWI with a breath test of over 0.15. This guy completed a 6-month program called a pretrial intervention where he did classes, community service, had an interlock, etc. in exchange for this dismissal. The next was an interfering with duties of a police officer case. It was basically a BS resisting accusation. They dismissed it, but we're still proceeding on another DWI that he was charged with in the same transaction. The fourth case is a felony drug case. This was a big dismissal because my client is an immigrant. We made a deal to where he pled guilty to a misdemeanor DWI that he was accused of, and they dismissed this felony. This will prevent him from being deported automatically once he gets to immigration. The fifth case is an unlawful carrying of a weapon case. A group of teenagers made a makeshift shooting range out in a field. I was able to negotiate a dismissal with the completion of a class. You never want a teenager to have a criminal record so early in life. The next was a terroristic threat case where my college student client was walking while black. Campus police profiled him and unlawfully arrested him for no reason. This case was dismissed fairly quickly. The seventh case is another unlawful carrying of a weapon case. A 911 call came in for a disturbance inside an apartment. The cops arrived and interrogated 4 guys in a parking lot who had nothing to do with the incident. I was able to convince the judge to find no probable cause, and the dismissal followed. Next was another interfering with duties of a police officer case. My client was a wife who knew her assignment. They got pulled over, and she tried to switch seats with her drunk husband to prevent a DWI. The only problem was, it was all on video. Luckily, I negotiated a dismissal. The ninth was a reckless driving case where I negotiated 3 classes in community service for a dismissal. This case had bad driving facts, and frankly, my client was very lucky I was able to get his case dismissed. And finally, a DWI where my client had THC in his system and also blew .06, but he wasn't intoxicated on either. The state doesn't get to add stuff together. That's not how it works. Case dismissed.